Hi, hello everybody. How are you all doing today? I am extremely excited for today's build because, ever since my Duncan build, I have been absolutely craving to just do this SpongeBob build. I've had this idea for a little while, but I just have never done it. But I think it's mostly because I have an extreme attachment to my restaurant that I have now. It's cute, it's adorbs, it's whatever, you know. But it's funny, okay, so the day that we chose to do this, I guess they were supposed to have like a festival or something, which sounds like really lame. Yeah, no, I would never attend that, you know what I mean? Like, totally doesn't sound fun at all. But yeah. So today we are replacing my restaurant here on Happy Home Paradise, and I just am so excited to also finally get a refresher now that I've taken time to let it sink in. And I think as well that I've just been really connecting with my inner child. Like the other day, I had found an old Dora game that I had played when I was younger, and just watching somebody else sit there and play this thing that I played so many times over, like, all the sounds were so nostalgic and everything. I just genuinely, it just warmed my heart, you know what I mean? But I am kind of sad to see my little restaurant fruit pop go. Like, look how adorable it is. I remember it took me so long because, I had to literally build it because I remember the first time I ever actually touched this, I left it as like this dark building with only like a small bar because I originally was gonna make this a cereal bar. But of course they don't have a cereal or anything in the game, so I wasn't able to do that. But doing this build was kind of difficult just because the Krusty Krab is a big chest full of windows, and as you can see, there are absolutely no wallpapers that embody this. None. Which is absolutely criminal. Even if I were to use something like the pirate wall or whatever, none of them capture that there's like giant windows. I mean, of course we have like the window kind of wallpapers, but I tried so many out and none of them really did. I mean, the flooring was really easy. I remember when I was looking this up, I was like, yeah, we have the green paint flooring. It's really nice. I could just use that. I mean, it's still kind of too light, but I mean, you have to work with what you have in Animal Crossing. We literally, it's just criminal how many things that I needed for this build. It's funny because it's so simple. Like, all of the decorations are absolutely so simple, but for the fact that Animal Crossing just doesn't have a lot of the decorations, like, we don't have barrel seats. Like, why don't we have barrel seats? Like, I had to use log stools for this, but you know what? That's not my business. You know what I mean? Yeah, but anyways, I spent so long, by the way, making these little doors. And it's so funny because they're so chonkers. Like, when I was... after I made them, so I thought it was gonna be like this little skinny mini door where I could fit two of them on one side and Mr. Krabs' door to his office on the other side. But look at it, is so wide. Like, why and for what? I just completely underestimated how big those tiles are, but it's fine. Honestly, I wasn't gonna redo them and I ended up just adding another one later. And if you do follow me on Twitter, which I highly recommend that you follow me on Twitter, I do share pictures of my builds before, and I put sneak peeks to what my videos are gonna be, and I just share really cute pictures. So if you want to be friends on there and you want to talk and you want to see what I'm up to, then follow me on there. We have a lot of fun. I am always interacting with people. So yes, give me a follow there. And also like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel because I'm just super excited to start diving more into, you know, things that I genuinely want to do on this channel. And I don't know, things like this, like building the Krusty Krab and Dunkin' Donuts and things that actually like make me really happy. So highly recommend that you subscribe, highly recommend that you like, highly recommend that you follow me on Twitter. Yes, all of the above. But anyways, guys, how have you all been doing? I just recently went to Taco Bell, and I have to say it was very satisfying. It gave me terrible acid reflux the next day, but that's what you get for drinking a lot of Baja Blast when you never drink soda. Like, I think that it's a red flag if you don't think that Baja Blast is the absolute best soda in the entire world. If I ask you if you like Baja Blast and you tell me no, jail. Goodbye. We cannot know each other. We cannot be friends. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know what it is in that soda, but that is probably the only soda that I can drink a big amount of. Like, if I ever drink soda, I usually put like a small little bit in a glass and that's it. I don't know. I'm not a big soda person, but Baja Blast, I fuck with. You know what I mean? So yes, I had that. And also, fun fact, by the way, guys. So I saw on TikTok, this girl was giving me all the deeds about the meat. I mean, she didn't tell me directly. No. Yeah, guys, she spoke directly to me through the screen. But no, she told me the deets about all of the meats at at Taco Bell. And so apparently the ground beef is real, the grilled chicken is real, but the shredded chicken is all of the chicken that you don't want. And then the steak is pretty much gelatin. She said that if you leave it out, it literally turns into jelly. Like, what? That's absolutely disgusting. But that's not my business. And you know what? I'll probably still eat it anyways. Do you guys remember when it was like a big craze at McDonald's for people to not eat the chicken nuggets because it was made out of that pink goo and then it had like pneumonia and stuff in it? Yeah, I mean, you just slap on a little bit of ranch and you slap on a little bit of barbecue sauce and listen, it's like it doesn't even exist. It's like it's pure chicken because you can't taste it anyways. No, I'm just kidding. But look how cute our build is going. So I am putting these lights down, by the way. So if you ever look at the pictures of the Krusty Krab, well, depending on which picture you look at, there's so many different angles of the Krusty Krab, which I think is super funny because also they are all really bad quality. Like, I tried to find pictures, like just a front facing picture of the Krusty Krab where I could see everything, and all of them are super small and low quality. Like, why? But that's fine. But yeah, so they have the beams and they also have the pillars, which is why I put them in my build. So I mean, obviously in some pictures you can't see them, especially for the fact that, once again, Animal Crossing does not have, it's funny because we have so many items. But can you believe there's literally not a hamburger? Like, I had to use the caprese sandwich. Like, what? Like, that's absolutely criminal. That's so disrespectful. Or maybe I just haven't gotten it yet. But yes, I have not encountered a hamburger. But I did use the caprese sandwich, and I think it looks pretty decent. You can kind of tell that it's just a sandwich, but that's fine. But I did take a walk around, and I was, you know, doing that. And I think that it turned out really good. I do put this antique radio in the corner because if you actually look at the pictures, there's this weird item in the corner. I have no idea what that is. Like, what is that? But so I just put an antique radio to kind of mimic that, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really make a difference. And also just to add some music, I guess, into it. I mean, I never play with the sound on my game, but just in case, you know, my villagers need to sing or something. I don't know. But here we are in the kitchen. So the kitchen it's funny because the kitchen is so easy. Okay, there are actually so many different pictures, by the way, of different layouts of the kitchen. Some have barrels all over the place. Some have crates all over the place, tomatoes everywhere. But that's just also depending on the episode that you're watching. But I tried to go for the general just look of the kitchen where SpongeBob works. And this is the best that I could do. And I know you can't see the little window where you can talk to Squidward to get his orders and stuff, but I did leave a little space, and I really did try to mimic it as best as possible with some of the barrels and little things like that. And it was actually pretty easy to, and it was pretty easy to just mimic also the wall and the flooring because, I don't know, we just had those, and that made me really happy because, once again, we couldn't do that in the front, so it made so I feel like this build actually mimicked it a little bit better. I mean, for the life of me, I could not find a fryer. I mean, I act like there were hundreds of items that I had to look through. No, I just had to I looked through like 10 items, but no, we don't have a fryer. Like, what? But you will see me change these the fridge piece so much. Like, I had so much trouble choosing between the fridge and also this cabinet, as you can see here. And the reason why I had trouble with that is because, so for some weird reason, there are these cardboard boxes in all these pictures of SpongeBob, and I don't know why. So in like the main picture, they have him sitting on top of that little freezer thing that he has. And so I was gonna use 2 fridges put together, but you can't stack anything on top of the fridges. So I was like, I absolutely need those cardboard boxes, since apparently they're super important to the SpongeBob creators. So I ended up just going with that little cabinet, and you know what, it turns out fine. So it just, I don't know, it just adds life. Besides, and there's also like absolutely, when I tell you that this is so simple, like all of these designs in SpongeBob are so simple. And I don't think I ever realized it until I started building it. And I think it's because like when you're watching SpongeBob, you're not really paying attention to, I don't know, like you're not paying attention to the whole room while he's cooking not crusty crabs, Krabby Patties, you know what I mean? So it just took me by surprise, which is really nice. But also it just means that you have to kind of accommodate for some of those little details so that it doesn't look just plain and flat, you know what I mean? But I don't know. This was the build. I ended up putting the cash register in the corner because you needed to put the cash register in order for you to be able to complete the build. But in my first idea was I was gonna just hide it in the kitchen somewhere because you're not gonna be able to walk back there anyways. But it was just super annoying because once again, it's also simple, so any little detail that's not supposed to be there is gonna stand out. So I just put it in that corner, and you know what? I don't know. Bilatti's also disrespectful for this because why isn't the utility sink, you know, why doesn't that count? So I ended up having to use this compact kitchen, which looks ugly. It does not look as nice as the utility sink. Like, look at that. That is not what SpongeBob uses, but that's fine. But here's a little montage of the building. I feel like this, I feel like it looks really, really good. Also, I used Krusty Krab with an I because I'm not sure about copyright or anything. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but I just said that just in case. But yeah, I feel like this build looks really good from only certain angles where you can't see basically where all of the windows are supposed to be. Like, it's so disrespectful. I wish that I could have floor to ceiling windows in this game. Can't they have that in Sims? Honestly, I should just move to Sims. I feel like I'd be able to do this so much more justice, but that's fine. And look at them. I have Bob and Frigga in here. They're living their SpongeBob dream, and honestly, I love that for them. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay, so that was that was the whole build. That was everything. Not very much, but also very cute, and also it just spoke to my heart. So even if it doesn't look like it directly, just being able to do this build and everything was so fun to me. But I hope that you all really like this video and enjoyed this build, and it inspires you to also, you know, channel your inner child, watch some old TV shows, color in a coloring book, I don't know. Do something, because I tell you, it's so healing. But anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe. Once again, follow me on Twitter. And as always, guys, I hope that you have a beautiful day, morning, night. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.